Gates, human design gates. Welcome. I kept asking myself, am I going to start at gate 1 and go to gate 64 like people would expect? No. I'm going to go with what I know. And what I know best are my gates. And I'm going to start at gate 11. I'm just going to get up here close and personal with my chart here. So my gate 11 is in my personality sun. And on the chart, it's right here in the ajna. Gate 11 is the gate of ideas. It's called. All the gates have a name and a description or a theme of them. And then all gates also have even further nuances. They're called the line numbers. So each gate has line numbers associated in your chart. So for example, mine, I'll try to turn this around. I have gate 11, line 4. And I also have my gate 11, line 2. So if you want to go into your gate and kind of read about it, what you would do is you read the description of the gate or someone's interpretation of it. My quick interpretation of is the gate of ideas. So this is a very mental energy gate. You are an ideas person. Ideas flow to you very easily. Maybe people come to you for ideas, or when you're around others, you just like to spit off a lot of ideas. That's me. That's a big energy in my chart. The shadow expression of it, or like the fear expression of it, would be thinking that you have to act on all the ideas. I know that's a big one for me because I'm like, oh, I can do all the things. And don't need to be putting all of them into reality. So sometimes I can feel like shame in that, but knowing that I don't have to put all of my awesome ideas into action, at least right now, that helps me get out of my head. So what you do after that, reading the theme of the gate, is you can read the different line numbers of the gate. And I just go to the original, the Ra Uru Hu Human Design book, and he's got gate 11, and it goes through all 6 line numbers. So line 1, if you 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Okay. So line 1 is the nuance of gate 11, and it's called the attunement. Line 2 is rigor. Line 3, the realist. Line 4, the teacher. Line 5, the philanthropist. Line 6, adaptability. And there's a description for that even. And then there is a further nuance or a layer that talks about, do you have it in a detriment or an exaltation? And so that would look like, let me see if I can. So my gate 11 has a detriment in it. It would be that triangle pointing down. The one underneath of it is an exaltation, so that's a triangle pointing up. And so we get into the jargon of human design where some of it sounds bad, but specifically it mentions in human design that nothing is interpreted as good or bad. There's no moral judgment. It's just a this or a that. So if you are either, you express it maybe in a detriment version or the exalted, I don't know if that's word, version. It's this or that. So for example, I'll just give my 11.4, the gate of ideas, the teacher. The ability to express the essential nature of peace. That's the theme, the gift in that gate. And so I express mine in the detriment. So I'll just read you the description for the detriment. The guru, whose most valued wisdom is intentionally limited to a few. Ideas which can only be grasped by a few. So I don't know, maybe that means I'm not going to go viral. But the ideas that I have to share are maybe only going to hit a couple people. Like the really big ideas, I'm only maybe meant to hit a couple people. That's cool. So if I find myself in the fear state or the shadow state of I've got so many ideas and not enough time to do them all, the fear of darkness also lives in gate 11. I know that of darkness can be looked at in either a literal way, like the fear of darkness, or a metaphorical fear. So like the best way I can describe it is like not knowing, not being in the know, like I want to know what's going on. And sometimes there's a fear of, what if I just don't know what's going on? And these are things that are really cool to go back into, even though I've been studying human design for years and I'm just finally getting to starting to make a series on the gates. They're a huge part of the chart, so it's about time. But even just reminding myself that my ideas, I know they're cool. I know I have cool ideas. And the coolest ideas are only meant to be grasped by a few. So that helps me with my imposter syndrome and even posting videos about it, because so what if I don't get 1,000 views or more? But I know that I'm hitting a few people, and those people hopefully understand what I'm saying and it's hitting them. Just gonna try to keep it under a minute. That's funny. This is 6 minutes, but I'm about done. I'll try to keep my videos a little bit shorter. It's just hard because there's so much information.